Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Bernardo Silva as the Barca target have reached a verbal agreement with Manchester City over a new contract until 2026, according to Fabrizio Romano. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, as the Barca captain's agent have met with club officials to discuss contract renewal. We are also going to be discussing on that. So as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. It is no secret that Barcelona are strong admirers of Manchester City superstar Bernardo Silva, having tried him for 3 consecutive summers now. But as had been the case in the past, the club's iffy financial situation meant that a move for the Portuguese international was out of reach, despite the player's willingness to make the jump. Barca did make up an offer to sign Silva on loan with a permanent buy option, but Manchester City quickly shut it down. Given that he is seen as a key player in Pep Guardiola's team, the citizens would not give the 28-year-old away cheaply and were even working on renewing his contract. Now, Fabrizio Romano is reporting that Silva has indeed gone ahead and reached a verbal agreement with Manchester City over a new contract. The Italian transfer expert states that the former AS Monaco ace's new deal with the English and European champions could run until the summer of 2026. Having waited to see if there was any possibility of a move to Barcelona this summer, Silva is now understood to have given his formal confirmation for the new contract. Manchester City now hope that the 28-year-old attacking midfielder will sign his deal before the weekend and commit his future at the club. Barca manager Xavi Hernandez has been intent on signing Silva, with the club legend seeing the City star as the ideal fit into his plans. Efforts are being made to try and engineer a transfer after it became clear that Ousmane Dembele was leaving, but it was not to be. And now the Portuguese international will sign a new contract with Manchester City, potentially putting an end to any chances that Barca can sign him in the near future. Of course, Bernardo Silva will be extending his contract, as Fabrizio Romano has confirmed, and this shouldn't come as the biggest of surprises because we all saw this coming, that Barca won't be able to land this guy. He's quite expensive for Barca's level. Back in the days when Barca had the cash, I think Bernardo Silva could have long been a Barca player now. But right now, it wasn't meant to be. He's a quality player. He's a player that we all want him to join Barca, but it wasn't meant to be. Barca approached City, quite a good number of times again this summer, trying to even go for a loan move with a permanent purchase option, but City quickly shut down such option, especially as the Barca's purchase clause was very small, and City said no, it's just not possible. So as things stand right now, Barca have to just move on with that. I don't think we can still get Silva again. This is the third consecutive season, and I think City trying to extend the player's contract. They just want to just close any chapter for any future approach from Barca. Pep Guardiola is holding the player in high regard, so he doesn't even see any possibility of his key player to join Barcelona as things stand. So for Bernardo Silva, it's not like he never wanted to come. Bernardo Silva was pushing for a Barca move. He really wanted to join Barcelona, but he himself came to realize that financially Barca could not cope. Barca could not handle his move, and so it's just a situation where it was beyond our control, and of course Barca have to deal with what they have. Talking about midfield, let's just forget about that. I think the midfield is okay for now. It's now we just need to focus on, a new left winger, as Dembele is no more there. We can bring João Felix or whatever. then also try to get a right back, as Joao Cancelo from Manchester City looks like a great possibility from the look of things, as Barcelona really want to bring in the right back to strengthen that position that have been a weakness for so many years. Bringing in a right back will be so important for Barca as things stand. Joao Cancelo remains a top target for that, as Xavi Hernandez have always prioritized the right back over the other targets that we have been showing interest in. The likes of players like, Ivan Fresneda, Pablo Maffeo of Mallorca, players like Juan Foyt of Villarreal has been linked, but Xavi have always preferred, Joao Cancelo to be his number one option for right back. So there's still a long way to go, by the way. The summer window remains about 2 weeks or so. So it remains to be seen how the window will end up. Because for that right back, I think if it happens that he doesn't come again, I'm talking about Joao Cancelo, then it's going to be very, very disappointing. Because we know that heading into this summer window, everybody was expecting Barca should at least go for a right back. Because a right back, we don't have any proper right back now. Sergio Dest is a player that Barca wants to sell ASAP because he's not that effective. He's not the level of Barca. Xavi did not even count on him one bit. He was not even featured in the squad list for the game against Getafe in our La Liga opener. Then on to the final story of discussion. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen enjoyed a brilliant campaign last time out, playing an integral part in Barca's La Liga triumph, winning the Zamora Trophy and breaking several records. The German international was also made one of the club's captains following Gerard Piqué's retirement midway through the season. Building on that, the departures of Sergio Busquets, Alba earlier this summer saw Ter Stegen being elevated to the status of second club captain behind Sergio Roberto, a key figure on the pitch in the dressing room. The 31-year-old goalkeeper still has 2 years left on his contract with Barca, but according to Gerard Romero, Ter Stegen's agent, René von Bruch, met with Barca officials yesterday to discuss the goalkeeper's contract renewal, as well as settling in his salaries. It has been previously reported that Barca wished to keep the former Borussia Mönchengladbach goalkeeper at the club for a long time. So Barcelona have plans to offer him a contract until 2028, at which point he would be in the final phase of his career. While Romero's update does not mention details of the potential contract extension, but he claims that a new role for the shopstopper was discussed between the club and his agent. Ter Stegen is also one of the highest earners at Barca owing to his deferred salary payments from the past and the lucrative contract he signed under Josep Maria Bartomeu's presidency. There has been talk about Barca asking the second captain to reduce his salary in the past, and there may have some discussions regarding the same or the settlement of the deferred payments during yesterday's meeting. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.